This video is titled, Are They Lying on Purpose? More financial chicanery. Is that what it is, chicanery? And the media. Is there any chicanery? I think that's the right word, so we'll just go with it. I don't know if they're doing it deliberately, if they're ignorant, if they just don't read their own writing. I don't know. But I find it to be insanely. It's almost like my man Tony Heller dealing with the climate change fakery. He's just one video after another. The fake. I do the same thing on financial matters. It's frustrating because it never ends. It never ends. And it's all about fear mongering. Fear mongering will lead to politicians to fund more of their favorite institutes, whatever it be. East Anglia Climate Research Unit in the UK. Penn State here with Michael Mann, or for this kind of stuff. This case is the Center for Retirement Initiatives at Georgetown University. I mean, these are all funded by somebody, a taxpayer somehow for sure. Private institutions are funding us. And at the end of the day, it's you and me, Joe Pa and Joe Ma, who's funding these guys. It's nuts. And then you got the insurance companies pushing for various products and 401k plans and whatnot. It's all part of the same. It's a big party. And you're not invited. So let's, I'm going to keep using that because I love that saying from George Carlin. All right, so let's dive into this. This just ticks me off, man. This is Dateline April 5th, 2019. So I just got done doing a video on the number one question people ask for retirement. And it was, when can I retire? Is what it was. I think it was something like that. It was a question about retiring. And obviously, it was about, hey, can I retire? When can I retire? Have I saved enough for retirement? It's the same concept. So she linked that to this report right here from MarketWatch that said 60% of retirees or 60% of working age people don't have a retirement plan. I said, I don't believe that for 2 seconds flat. So I clicked on the ride. I clicked on the link and I said, let's just read what this is about because I don't believe it. And this is from, what's her name? Angela Antonelli. Who is that? I don't know, but let's read about her. Old Angela. She's a research professor and the executive director at the Georgetown University Center for Retirement Initiatives. So I started reading who's the funding sources of the CRI, Center for Retirement Initiatives. It's all the big firms, all the ones, TIAA-CREF, KKR, BlackRock, Prudential. I mean, all these people are funding the CRI, and the irony of it all, if you will, let's call it irony, is that some of the solutions they have, of course, is let's see here, improving investment returns. Another important consideration is whether the investment returns for defined contribution plans can be improved to deliver more income for the same amount of savings. One way to improve the performance of one of the most common retirement investment products, target date funds, is to expand the use of alternative assets, such as private equity, real estate, and hedge funds. Who would be interested in expanding the alternative to the use of alternative assets? The same people who fund the Center for Retirement Initiatives, of course. There's no quid pro quo there. Nuts. And this is just the beginning. These alternative asset classes also mitigate short-term risk, do they? Which has proven to be effective in boosting fund performance in both best and worst case scenarios. That's not been proven. That's not been proven. It's trite. It's crazy. But here's the other one, too. Consider lifetime income solutions. Managers of DC plans would do well to take a page from pension-style programs by offering retirees options for generating lifetime income. Lifetime income. Anytime you hear lifetime income, you should automatically think annuities. That's right. During the accumulation phase of retirement planning, default options such as auto-enrollment and auto-escalation are now providing a way to improve savings to help meet lifetime income needs. While the interest in lifetime income solution grows, much more can and should be done with the design of individual retirement savings plans. Of course it is. That's what Prudential and the TIAA-CREF and whatnot want us to do for sure. So we got BlackRock, KKR, some of the other funds that are funding these people want more investment options, private equity, real estate, hedge funds. Of course they do, because that has been proven to achieve boost fund performance in both worst case and best and worst case scenarios. There's no link there to freaking kill that argument, but okay, so you say, because she's a professor. Oh my goodness, at Georgetown, we got to listen to what every professor says because they don't have any desire to maximize their own profits at the expense of the taxpayer? None whatsoever. No, Michael Mann would never lie about his hockey stick. Never. Can I just see the research? No, I'm not going to show it to you. The prospect for expanded adoption of lifetime income solutions and strategies in the future will depend on the ability to design them in a way that recognizes behavioral realities and offers investors and flexibility to meet their circumstances. Individuals would benefit from more education about how a pot of savings would transfer to income. Yeah, more education. Who would provide that? Anyway, I wanted to go back to this right here where she says 60%, almost 60% of working age individuals do not have any retirement assets. She also says from an they don't have any retirement assets from an employer-sponsored plan, an IRA, or a defined benefit pension. Interesting, isn't it? So let's take a gander at that study, shall we? So this study was generated from the National Institute of Retirement Security. And I'm not going to show you the funding sources. Let's just put it this way. It's a bunch of public union, CalPERS, NEA, New Jersey Education Association, all the various Virginia retirement system, all the groups that want more taxpayers' dollars. That's all there is to it. So let's just look down at their own research, shall we? I just find it funny to even after considering an individual's entire net worth, because there's a reason they're saying even after considering the entire net worth, I'll show you why in just a second, 3/4 of Americans fall short of conservative retirement savings targets. Really? Not true? Okay. How do we know that? So let's go down. It's freaking nuts, dude. I despise these people who write this stuff. All right, so only 51% of private sector workers had access to a retirement plan. That's point one, and we're gonna shoot that down here in just a second. So 51% in 2014. It was 51% in 1988. It was 60% in 2000, and it was only 55% in 1980. Interesting, huh? Well, Josh, because they had a pension back then. No, it was the highest we've ever had for pensions was in the 70s, about 36%. But anyway, only 40% of workers participated in workplace retirement plans. So remember, only 51% of private sector workers had access to a retirement plan, and only 40% of workers participated in workplace retirement plans. Well, that's 40% in 1988, 47% in 1980, 47% in 2000. So that's not a huge decline. And yet they're sitting there thinking, it's a retirement crisis. 60% of the people don't have a retirement plan, and we're going to nip down the bud right now. You ready? All right, let's take a look here. I want to show you something here. Oh, right here. Almost 60% of working age individuals do not own assets in a retirement account. So the first thing you want to know is, well, what is a retirement account? All right, so they answer for us down, where was that? They answer for that, for that. Retirement accounts include both employer-sponsored plans like SEPs, IRAs, 401ks, 457s. They don't say TSPs. I'm not sure if that's even in here, but we'll assume it is. And I think that's bad. I shouldn't make that assumption, but we're going to assume it is. And also private accounts like IRAs and Roths. They do not include defined benefit plans. They do not. So 60% of all working age individuals do not own assets in a retirement account, but that doesn't include DB plans, defined benefit plans. So we have a huge government workforce. All of them are access to a defined benefit plan. We're just going to throw those out of the equation. Interesting, huh? Now, I'm going to show you something that's even more confusing. All right, so you're going to assume that if they don't own a retirement account, obviously we're not including defined benefit plans. Don't know why, but we're not, that they don't have any money. Well, here, working age individuals with retirement account have 3 times the income of individuals without retirement assets, okay? What does that tell you? Most of these people are going to be the young age, just starting out, all right? They're not making that much money. Have 3 times the income of individuals without retirement accounts. So most of these people are going to be young, just starting out. So they don't have a huge amount of retirement plans, for sure, because they're 22, 23 years old. But notice, not having a retirement plan, examine rates of ownership of retirement accounts among working individuals, which are retirement accounts. Doesn't talk about just good old-fashioned brokerage accounts either, does it? So we're excluding brokerage accounts, and we're also excluding what? Defined benefit plans. Now, let's go down to this right here and talk about the number of people. Oh, look at this here. So, the age of individuals who don't have a retirement account, and this is what's confusing, 42 million between 21 and 34 don't have a retirement account, whereas only 19 million age of 55 to 64 don't have one. So here's what's confusing here. They say 103 million working age individuals do not participate in a retirement account. So 21 to 34, that's a pretty big group. That's the biggest group they have. That's 13 years. Then the rest are 9 years. It's interesting. And of those 21 to 34, how much you want to guess the bulk of those, or a lot of them, on the front end of 21 to 25 or so? Interesting, huh? Because they said 35 to 44, 45 to 54, 55 to 64, 21 to 34. So it'll give you a lot of part-time employees there for sure working at Chili's while they're going to school. 100 million working age individuals do not own assets in retirement accounts or participate in a defined benefit plan. So that's an or, and then they say number of working age individuals without retirement accounts and no participation in a defined benefit plan. So what is it? Or and. Or and. So that tells me they don't have a retirement account and they're not in a defined benefit plan. Isn't that interesting? So we got the words. We just got one different word. 103 million working age individuals do not own assets in retirement accounts or participate in a defined benefit plan. Number of working age individuals without retirement accounts and no participation in a defined benefit plan. I'd be there. I don't have a defined benefit plan. My wife doesn't have a defined benefit plan. So immediately you throw the and in there, you're taking away the vast majority of the population other than government employees, because we don't have defined benefit plans, but we do have retirement accounts. Isn't that ironic how they just kind of gloss over that? So I'm not sure what this or is, but given back what we know, what they said here, which is we're not including defined benefit plans, you got to think that is an and. So we have, I'm just going to go with and, that we have 103 million working age individuals don't have retirement accounts and defined benefit plans. Well, that's not that big of a deal because defined benefit plans are few and far between. So essentially what you say is, if you have a defined benefit plan, do you have a retirement account? That'd be the better way to look at it. But of course they don't, because there's not that much fear on that. On top of that retirement account, your brokerage account might be a retirement account. You're just not including in that in an IRA, 401k, or something like that. On top of that, again, very interesting how they manipulate the statistics. 21 to 34, I guarantee between 21 and 25, the vast majority of people don't have a retirement account. Guarantee it. And they are working age. Guarantee it. And yet again, they're going to say, look, oh my goodness, between 21 and 34, 42 million people don't have access to whatever that is. And so let's just take the people under the age of 25, which is what they should have done to be consistent. But they don't, because they're trying to scare you. And what they're trying to say is retirement account ownership is heavily concentrated among higher income individuals. Well, the reason for that, of course, is because you're just starting out here. You don't have a retirement plan. And here you're getting older, you do have a retirement plan when you're making more of your money. I mean, that inherently makes sense. The whole thing is just such a scam, my friends. I'm done with these people. I'm done with them. They're all trying to separate you from your money. No other way around that. They're trying to scare you. It's just scare. And I don't know if they're doing, I know the climate scientists people do it deliberately. I have to assume the same thing's happening here. But they're science. They're professors. I could care less. Professors lie just like anyone else does. And look. Am I going to say, and this lady's lying? I'm hesitant to go that far, but I'm certainly going to say that she's not reading her own research. And that's freaking the wrong answer, because ignorance can be even worse than a lie. And then you combine the two. All right, so don't forget to share this video with people who are freaking worried. It's nuts. So don't do that. All right, we'll talk to you next time.